There is a glow inside the glass, not loud enough to claim the room, just enough to warm the air, just enough to slow my shoes. The table keeps its patient grain, the ceiling hum is calm and thin. A quiet hour leans my way and lets a better thought begin. Nothing needs a grand design, nothing needs a polished name. Keep this easy light with me tonight. Keep this easy light with me. Let it rest on every ordinary thing. Let it rest to make the evening kind. I can hear the day unclench in the distance of a turning street. Every small and borrowed shape finds a softer place to meet. The sleeve around my wrist falls loose. My breathing finds an even line. Somewhere in the middle of the hush, a simple piece becomes mine. No bright promise has to burn, no heavy proof has to arrive. Keep this easy light with me tonight. Keep this easy light with me. Let it rest on every ordinary thing. Let it rest and make the evening kind. When the dark comes close enough, it does not ask for any fear. It only makes the small things shine a little warmer and more clear. Keep this easy light with me. Keep this easy light with me tonight. Let it stay until the hour turns hands. Let it stay and leave a tender trace. I carry one bright inch of calm into the next unspoken place. Paper rain beneath the cup is caught a circle of brown rain. The note half written on my sleeve still waits without a hint of strain. The room is full of passing plans of people near and nearly gone, but I am learning how to keep a softer shape of moving on. I do not need a clean reply. I do not need the perfect line. Fold the day into something kind. Fold the day into something kind. Take the rough edge in your hands, turn it once,
laugh that stayed beside my coat, a pause held by the closing door. I gather what can still be used, the rest can drift beyond my eyes. There is a mercy in the way a simple page can reorganize. No storm of thought has to win, no old mistake has to define. Fold the day into something kind, fold the day into something kind. Take the rough edge in your hands, turn it once and call it mine. What bends is not always weak, what healed can still remain complete. A quiet hand can change the weight of everything it tries to meet. Fold the day into something kind, fold the day into something kind. Let the corners hold their peace, let the center stay warm and wide. I leave one careful shape behind and step out lighter than
The streetlights smear along the pane, and ribbons soften briefly near. The city does not call my name, it only gives a road an ear. The shoulder turns beside the aisle, back taps time against a knee, and in the mild mechanical sway, the night makes room for me to be. No destination needs to glow, no station needs to prove its worth. Ride the hush and let it carry on, ride the hush and let it carry on. Let the wheels turn down the day, let the dark make extra room. I watch the blocks exchange their signs, I watch the faces lose their guard. Someone smiles into the glass, like keeping softness is not hard. My thoughts stop trying to arrive, my pulse stops pushing at the hour. The slow and even breath of motion has its own unspoken power. The road can hold a gentler pace, the mind can loosen from its burn. Ride the hush and let it carry on, let the wheels turn down the day, let the dark make extra room. Maybe peace is not a place, maybe it is how we pass. Not erased and not explained, just reflected in the glass. Rather hush and let it carry on,
left a little sting on the back of every task. Yet by evening on the shelf there are kinder things to ask. Peel of light on quiet skin, the scent that opened in the air. One short laugh across the hall, a second more of staying there. I have spent enough on doubt, I have paid enough to know. Count the bright things one by one, count the bright things one by one. Let the small gold pieces ring as they settle in the sun. No rich answer fell from above, no perfect ending closed the file. Still a cup held out its heat, still a stranger wore a smile. The tired part of me steps back to hear the lighter pages turn, and every ordinary kindness shows the shape of what I earn. Not in numbers, not in praise, but in what the hours become. Count the bright things one by one, count the bright things one by one. Let the small gold pieces ring as they settle in the sun. The heart is not a strict machine, it keeps our treasures in its book. A gentle taste, a softened tone, a slower and more open look. Count the bright things one by one, count the bright things one by one, till the page can hold the night, till the ink grows calm and clear. I close the cover with both hands and keep the balance near. There are roads that ask for speed, there are doors that shine too hard. I have stood before them all with a careful and guarded heart. Then a softer color moved through the edge of what I knew. Not a sign that shouted loud, just a warmth that quietly drew. I do not need the highest point, I do not need the fastest leap. Go where the soft pull leads, go where the soft pull leads, where the air feels wide enough for the truest part to breathe. A hand on the rail can know more than maps of polished lines. A small yes in the chest can outlast louder kinds of signs. Every hour does not require a banner at the gate. Some directions come in silence and still arrive exactly straight when the mind begins to crowd. I return to what I feel
the truest part to breathe. The world will keep it spinning, targets rush to label every turn, but a tender inner needle knows the place I do not have to earn. Go where the soft pull leads. Go where the soft pull leads. Let the quiet answer glow. Let the body trust its pace. I walk into a softer north with evening on my face. The day has loosened at the spine. Its noise is thinner than before. A patch of calm has found the room and settled lightly near the door. I do not want to own the hour. I only want to mark its grace. So when the week grows loud again, I can return to this small place. No thunder made this peace appear. No miracle had to descend. Leave this page turned toward peace. Leave this page turned toward peace. Let the margin hold the hush. Let the line refuse to end. I hear the sink release a drop. I hear a far-off bicycle, and all these plain and polished sounds become a private article of how the body can believe and rest without a grand event. How stillness writes itself in me with patient and familiar scent. Nothing here needs to be sealed. Nothing here has to perform. Leave this page turned toward peace. Leave this page turned toward peace. Let the margin hold the hush. Let the line refuse to end. When harder days come pressing close, I will not have to search too far. This hour will open in my hands like a remembered little star. Leave this page turned toward peace. Leave this page turned toward peace. Till the cover meets the night, till the room forgets my name, I keep the mark within my chest, where calm and memory stay the same.
The metal doors receive my face in softened and uncertain lines. fades away like thoughts between their little signs. I stand with everyone and none. Inside this narrow moving box, and feel how strange your body is when silence gathers with the shocks. No speech is needed for this ride. No summary is all below. Breathe between the floors. Breathe between the floors. Let the middle hold your weight. Let the rise unfasten more. The hand adjusts the paperback. The coat sleeve brushes near my side. The cable hum becomes a thread where restless pieces can abide. I think of all the selves I wear on every level of the day, and how for one suspended minute they do not have to choose a way. The climb is not a contest now. The drop is not a thing to fear. Breathe between the floors. Breathe between the floors. Let the middle hold your weight. Let the rise unfasten more. What if the answer is not a more? What if the answer is not above? What if release is not below? What if release is not below? What if peace lives in the pause? Neither must be made to show. Breathe between the floors. Breathe between the floors till the bell becomes a light. Till the doors divide the air. I step out slower than I came and leave the narrow calm in there. The branches hold their darkened hands above the sidewalk and the lane. A mild breeze moves through coat and sleeve and takes the edge from every strain. Each passing house keeps half its light. Each gate a little half asleep. The world is not trying to impress, it only knows how to keep. The road does not demand a roll. The leaves do not insist on speed. Under the trees my name turns soft. Under the trees my name turns soft, like a word returned by earth, like a step released from me. I feel the weak slide from my neck, not vanish but become less tight. The mild bark scent and cooling air make room for inwardness tonight. There are old versions of my voice that love to push and overstay, but here they lower with a pad and learn a gentler kind
the trees my name turns soft. Under the trees my name turns soft, like a word returned by earth, like a step released from me. The avenue keeps breathing slow, its length a patient wooden chord, and I can hear a kinder self walk just ahead without a sword. Under the trees my name turns soft. Under the trees my name turns soft, till the corner meets the night, till the last warm window fades. I carry that softened sound back through the quiet blocks I take. Ooh, 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 Shutters low, one by one, along the narrow ribbon street. Neon thins to patient lines that never ask too much of me. There is laundry in the wind, somewhere high above the lane, and even what I cannot see moves like freedom after rain. I have worn some heavy thoughts, like coats that stayed past their use. Let the clean air make room, let the clean air make room for a light, a way to stand, for the pulse to come back loose. Ooh, ooh, I pass old posters half removed and fruit crates stacked against a wall. The city is a practiced hand at letting certain fragments fall. Nothing here is fully new, yet everything feels less confined, as if the night had washed a path through the crowded rooms of mine. What has frayed can still let go, what has pressed can still release. Let the clean air make room, let the clean air make room for a light, a way to stand, for the pulse to come back loose. Ooh, I do not need to clear it all, only enough to hear the ground, only enough to feel the space where one true step can still be found. Let the clean air make room, let the clean air make room, till the street grows blue and mild, till the signs lose half their claim. I leave with more inside my chest by carrying less away.
There is a bend beside the path where branches lean toward open ground. I never planned to stop there alone, yet every week I come around. Not for spectacle or sign, not for anything to prove, just for the way the lowered leaves teach the evening how to move. Some places do not crawl aloud, they simply hold a living thread. I come the center of my chest. I've chased the sharper spark, the bright and quickly fading thing, but the soft green and patient curve is more than any sudden swing. It lets my thoughts arrive unarmed, it lets my breathing settle low, and every time I stand beneath I know a little more of home. No map could mark the inward turn, no crowd could name why it feels right. I come back where the branches lean, I come back where the branches lean, where the air keeps one calm pull at the center of my chest. Maybe love begins like this, not with thunder, but with ease. A quiet field of gravity in the language of the trees. I come back where the branches lean, I come back where the branches lean, till the soft leaves blend with dusk, till the path forgets my stride. I keep that tender pull with me when I walk back to the light. A chip tile catches evening light on the floor beside my shoe. Nothing perfect stays that way, still a shape and hold what is true. Messages from earlier hours echo faintly in my sleep. Little breaks and little joys, all the things I did not read. Whole does not always mean uncut, peace does not always arrive smooth. Piece by piece I breathe whole, piece by piece I breathe whole. Let the fragments find their place in the quiet of my lungs, the laugh that ended too soon, the call I never wanted to make, the smile from the market door, the one clear out beside the lake. They do not line up on command, they do not ask to be explained, yet with each slow and measured breath a broader pattern is sustained. I can live with mixed edges, I can live without one theme. Piece by piece I breathe whole, piece by piece I breathe whole. Let the fragments find their place in the quiet of my lungs. Even broken light makes art when the
special songs can heal when the chest is brave enough to fold it. Piece by piece I breathe whole. Piece by piece I breathe whole. Till the separate colors rest, till the corners lose their strain. I leave with one assembled calm, made from everything that came.
I never wrote the words all out. I let them gather in the grain of an old desk and a waiting hand that learned to soften without pain. The room held cedar on its breath, a dry and steady kind of sweet. And in that woody quiet hour, I felt the distance turn less deep. Not every note requires a stamp. Not every feeling needs a name. I sent no letter, but the feeling goes. I sent no letter, but the feeling goes. Through the air and through the dark, through the spaces left unclosed, I think of what I could have said without rehearsing every line of how the heart can mean a thing before the mouth can make it shine. Some care moves past the page itself. It travels in a slower way, and how a silence keeps its warmth, and what remains after the day. No answer has to hurry back. No proof has to cross the sea. I send no letter, but the feeling goes. I send no letter, but the feeling goes. Through the air and through the dark, through the spaces left unclosed. Maybe being known can start with what is gently understood. By rooms, by time, by patient light, by all the things that hold us good. I send no letter, but the feeling goes. I send no letter, but the feeling goes. Till the cedar fades tonight, till the dusk cools in the dim. I trust the quiet to deliver what I could not fully send.
The spoon returns beside the bowl. The shelf receives a cup again. The pale plate waits without complaint for one more ordinary end. How many times have I been saved by little circles done with care? The turn of hand, the rinse of light, the known arrangement of the air. Not every orbit is a trap. Some rhythms keep the spirit near. Round and round the gentle things remain. Round and round the gentle things remain. Holding what is thin and true in a shape that does not break. I used to praise the sudden leap, the grand escape from every chore. Now I hear devotion, the soft foot crossing kitchen floor. A fragile life may need a ring of repeated and faithful acts, not to shrink the world away, but to give the heart its tracks. The smallest pattern can protect what loud ambition overlooks. Round and round the gentle things remain. Round and round the gentle things remain. Holding what is thin and true in a shape that does not break. There is mercy in return, in the hand that knows the glaze, in the cup set down the same, at the end of altered days. Round and round the gentle things remain. Round and round the gentle things remain, till the last dish meets the shelf, till the faucet stills to sleep. I thank the tender little loops for all the ways they keep me. Long hall light on polished floor, a narrow band of evening gold. No one hurries through this stretch. The building seems to breathe more slow. Every threshold left behind still hums against my passing sleeve. Yet none of them can claim me now. I am only here to leave. The middle has its own deep grace between the finished and the new. Walk me through the glowing middle. Walk me through the glowing middle, where the heart can change its shape without breaking into two. I have loved the clear arrival. I have feared the open end, but there is wisdom in the space where edges soften and suspend. A corridor can be a bridge without announcing where it lands. It can hold a tired body up with plain light and patient walls. The self I was is dimming back. The next one has not asked for proof. Walk me through the glowing middle. Walk
color on the floor can steady all our turning days. Walk me through the glowing middle. Walk me through the glowing middle, till the last lamp fades behind, till another door appears. I cross with softer eyes than before, and quieter hands than fear. The lid begins its little song before the water fully turns. A silver curve above the stove catches one last patient burn. The room grows warmer by degrees, not fast enough to startle me, just enough to let my chest unfasten from the urgency. No heroic change is near, only warmth becoming known. Let the silver steam go slow. Let the silver steam go slow. Let it lift the tired day from the corners of the room. I lean against the counter edge and hear the smallest house sounds blend. A cupboard touch, a cloth laid down, the kind of noises evenings mend. I used to think that peace would strike like sudden weather through the skin. Now I trust the gentle rise of heat that takes its measured time. The strongest calm may often come without a rush, without a show. Let the silver steam go slow. Let the silver steam go slow. Let it lift the tired day from the corners of the room. The cup receives what I cannot say. The breath receives what words release. And all the night begins to feel less like distance, more like peace. Let the silver steam go slow. Let the silver steam go slow, till the glass is lightly fogged, till the air turns mild and deep. I drink and let the hours settle into the shape of sleep.
There is a place behind the ribs, like a shelf with things to spare, for one green field from years ago, and the softness of that air. I do not hold it as a chain, I do not press it into stone. I only set it down with care, so I am never left alone. Some memories need no frame, some goodness ask for little form. Set it down where clear sky bent above my name. No promise made a grand event, yet nothing after stayed the same. I reach for that remembered ease when newer hours lose their thread, and feel a meadow in my chest spread quietly beneath the dread. What we keep can keep us too. When we honor it with room, set it down where the breeze stays warm. Set it down where the breeze stays warm. Let it rest without a dear man. Let it breathe without. Do not need to live back there. I only need its color near to teach the present how to soften when the edge is sharp and here. Set it down where the breeze stays warm. Set it down where the breeze stays warm, till the evening shelf grows dim, till the heart can close its door. Leave one field inside the dark and find there is still more. Wind keeps tugging at the ties of thoughts I carry through the week. Little threads from half-done talks and hopes too tired to fully speak. I have dragged them through the days like bright strips caught upon a sleeve. Not ruined and not resolved, just asking where they could relieve. The water does not judge the rope, the dock does not reject the freight. All the loose ends find a shore. All the loose ends find a shore, where the pull gives way to rest, where the knots can breathe again. A harbor light across the dark does not promise to repair. It only offers one still point for all the restless things to bear. And that is more than enough now for this hour, and for this skin to feel the pieces stop their strain and settle closer from within. Not every thread must be cut, some only need a place to land. All the loose ends find a shore. All the loose ends find a shore, where the pull gives way to rest, where the knots can breathe again. Oh. Thought I could not sort and make them all as sharp somehow by holding them without report. All the loose ends find a shore. loose ends find a shore, till the ropes grow dark and still, till the tide speaks low and far. I leave no perfect ending there, only a quieter heart.
Somewhere beyond the sleeping roofs, a signal slides into the dark. Not loud enough to shake the walls, but clear enough to find its mark. I lean into the little sound, as if a voice could clean the air. Not by force and not by claim, just by arriving true and bare. What reaches clearly does not shout. What matters most can travel clean. A clear song reaches without dust. A clear song reaches without dust. Through the hush between the blocks, through the room and through the skin. I have known the static mind, the crowded buzz of too much fear, the half-formed thought, the borrowed noise that keeps the nearest truth unclear. Tonight the channel opens wide, the grain falls out, the line grows warm, and something almost like relief begins to take a human form. Not every answer needs a face, some only need a faithful tone. A clear song reaches without dust. A clear song reaches without dust. Through the hush between the blocks, through the room and through the skin. I let the clean signal remain, without demanding where it starts. There's enough healing in what lands intact inside the heart. A clear song reaches without dust. A clear song reaches without dust. Till the dial fades to blue, till the final hum grows thin. I keep that unclouded note as the night folds in.
I used to leave myself behind at countless trains and crossing lanes. Spend all my gentleness on else, and come back cold from borrowed nights. But now I learn another way to carry care through ordinary streets, not hidden deep and not displayed, just held with steady hands and heat. A heart can travel better when It is not dragged across the stone. Carry this softly home. Carry this softly home. Like a parcel made of warmth, like a word with rounded edges. The crosswalk links its patient code. A scooter fades beyond the block. A stray leaf circles at my shoe. The whole night moves without a shock. And I keep pace with something new, a kindness meant for my own name. No grand speech needed in the chest, just less neglect and less shame. There are ways to save a life that look like walking with more care. Carry this softly home. Carry this softly home. Like a parcel made of warmth, like a word with rounded edges. I do not have to earn this hold. I do not have to ask permission. The body knows when it is met by tenderness instead of friction. Carry this softly home. Carry this softly home. Till the key turns in the door, till the hallway keeps me still. I set the quiet bundle down and feel my spirit fill.
The street is nearly out of sound. One bus sighs somewhere down the hill. My shadow walks beside my feet with no more need to overfill. A flask of heat against my palm holds what the evening did not spend. Final kindness saved for late. A small and steadying kind of friend. I do not ask the night for more. I only keep what still is true. Keep the last warmth for the road. Keep the last warmth for the road. Let it live past closing time. Let it go where I will go. The moon is thin and practical. The storefront glass has lost its shine. Every urgent color has stepped back and left a simpler line. I think of all the songs this day has sung through rooms and hands and miles, and how the best of them remain in modest heat and fading smiles. Nothing here needs one more proof. Nothing here has to return. Keep the last warmth for the road. Keep the last warm for the road. Let it live past closing time. Let it go where I will go. When tomorrow lifts its latch, I may not know the shape it brings, but I will have this saved up calm, this little source of human spring. Keep the last warmth for the road. Keep the last warmth for the road, till the corner clears from view, till the sleep